Hey guys, what's going on? Rob from myppctraining.com. Make sure you stop by and check us out. So today I wanted to walk you through a new Google Ads tutorial. Alright, new interface, everything straight from scratch. And I'm going to lay this out in a few different steps. So step one, I'm going to assume that if you're trying to build an AdWords campaign, that you already have your website done or a landing page built for the campaign. Alright, step two, we're going to set up conversion tracking. Step 3, we're going to build our first ad group and set up all the campaign settings. Step 4, we're going to multiply our ad groups and build out the campaign a little bit. I'm going to show you everything you need to do that. Step 5, we're going to set up negative keywords. And step 6, in the final step, we're going to set up our basic ad extensions that you need to, that you should be running, I should say. Alright, so let's dive right into it. So for this campaign, we're going to do the niche. What are we doing today? Plumber. Alright, so we're going to build a plumbing campaign. So I went into our landing page software, which is Instapage, and you'll see here I built out a generic landing page for a plumber. Nothing crazy, just real simple stuff, just so you can get an idea of what the landing page, how we're going to put all the codes on it and stuff like that. This is like an Instapage template for real estate or something like that. I just kind of swapped it in for plumbing, just for example's sake, so you guys have something to look at that's not totally off topic for what we're doing. Besides that, let's get right into it. So there's a few tabs that we should have open right away. So we need our AdWords tab open. We should have our keyword planner tab open. And if you don't know how to find the keyword planner, come up in your AdWords account, tools, and open up keyword planner, and then just put that in a new tab so you have your keyword planner open and your AdWords open. Next, your landing page software or your landing page URL or whatever, WordPress, whatever software you use for your landing pages, okay? You need to be in the back end of the landing page or website so we can install codes. Next up, a Google spreadsheet so we can build out our ad groups. So there's actually two ways you can build out ad groups with the new Google Ads and the new keyword planner. We can actually build out a full campaign right in keyword planner, but I'm not going to do that today because that might be a little too complex for newer people. I'll make an advanced video on that. So for today, just make sure you have a Google spreadsheet open or an Excel doc or something like that. Next up, we're going to need our keyword wrapping tool that's going to wrap our keywords in different match types, and we'll go over that stuff later, but adwordswrapper.com is what we use. Pretty cool. Alright, so that's it for right now. Let's dive right into step 1, which is, step 2, conversion tracking. So step 1 was our landing page. We already have that set up. Step 2 is in the first step of building the campaign. We're going to set up our conversion tracking. So we're going to come up here and log into your AdWords account. Come under your campaign tab here. I guess you really don't have to do this, but for optics sake, I like being in here. And now we're going to come up to Tools. We're going to go to Conversions. Alright, we're going to set up our first conversion type, which is going to be form submission leads. So that's how we track contact form leads that come through our landing page or our website. So hit the blue plus sign, come over here to Website. We're going to name the conversion. Let's just say plumber form sub. We're going to select lead. I'm not going to track a value. You can do one if you want. We're going to make sure this is really important. We're going to check 1. We don't want counting multiple conversions for one actual conversion. This stuff can all stay the same. Hit create and continue. Now we're going to come here to install the tag yourself. And we're just going to copy the tag here, the global site tag, and this is going to go in the head tag of every page of your website or your landing page. Alright, it's very important. Head tag every page. So we copy that, go into our landing page software, go into our landing page editing. When this opens up. Okay, and we're going to come to settings. We're going to go to HTML, CSS, head tag, paste. Just going to drag that up to the top. So we installed the global site tag, hit update, that makes it live on our landing page. Then we're going to come back into Google. And this is the second part of conversion tracking in the new Google Ads. We have to put our event snippet code on the thank you page, alright? So we want to do it on a page load, not a click. Really important. If you're using a thank you page that shows after a contact form is submitted on your website, then this should be on the page load. All right. Click is a different thing, and I'll get to that in a later video. But for today, let's assume, and you should be using a thank you page. If you're not, you should go create one that we're going to use a thank you page. So come down here, we have our global site tag installed between the head tags on every page of our website or our landing page. Next, our event snippet. We're going to copy this code, and this code goes between the head tag only on the thank you page, nowhere else, okay? So go back into our landing page software, we'll go back out. And we're going to drop this tag on our thank you page. You can see here, generic thank you page. We're going to go into there. All right. Oop, it's still roofing. Let me change that real quick. I want to keep everything in sync for this video, so everything should be in line with plumbing. Okay, and now we're going to paste our event snippet code. Come back down to HTML. In the head tag, paste. And we'll just drag that up to the top. Hit update. That makes it live on the thank you page. And that's it. We just set up our form, our contact form tracking. All right, so now we're able to hit next, and we're done. So now we're able to actually track in AdWords which keywords are sending contact form submissions through our landing page or our website. All right, so that's the first conversion we're going to set up. The second one is going to be people who call from an ad extension, a call ad extension that we're going to set up. So hit the blue plus sign again, over to phone calls. Choose this one, calls from ads using call extensions or call only ads. Hit continue. We'll just do plumber ad extension call, or whatever you want to name it, lead. We're not going to assign a value. Make sure it's 1. Now this is important. Call length, 60 seconds. You can make this whatever you want. You're telling Google whatever seconds you put in here is after that. After 60 seconds, this will fire and count as a conversion. I want to count everything, so I'm just going to do 10 seconds. That's a couple rings. So I'm going to change that. So I'm telling Google after 10 seconds, I want you to fire that conversion pixel and count that call as a lead. Create and continue. And I'll show you how to set that up later. But so that's done. And next up is so there's a couple options here. We need to track if somebody comes from AdWords, goes on to our landing page or our website and decides to call the number on the website, or clicks to call if they're on mobile or something like that. We have to track that. All right, it's really important. We use callrail.com for that. And if you don't, I'm not going to set callrail.com up today because that's way too intense for this video. But if you want to go back to our channel, if you want to pause this video and go back to our channel and see how to set up CallRail, I have a whole tutorial on CallRail, so you can watch that to set up. But Google does offer a free solution. It's not as great as CallRail, but it is free, and we're going to set that up right now. All right, so we're going to hit the blue plus sign again. We're going to create our call. we're going to track calls to a phone number on your website. All right, choose that. Hit continue. Name this plumber website calls. So if someone lands on our website from AdWords and calls us, we're going to be able to track that back to the keyword. 1. We can choose it seconds again. I'm just going to do 10 seconds. You can put that to whatever you want. This looks good. Hit create and continue. Next, we're going to install the tag ourselves. Remember, we already installed the global site tag, so we don't have to do that. We do have to do the phone snippet. Very important. So the phone number that's going to go in here is a phone number that's on your landing page or on your website, okay? So if we go to our landing page, you'll see here we just have the generic 555. But whatever this number is on your page, that's what you're going to take, all right? Because Google's going to swap this number out with one of its forwarding numbers to track the phone calls back to the keyword, okay? Really important. It has to be the number that's on your website or your landing page. So we're going to copy that, go back into AdWords. We're going to put it right in here. We're going to hit create snippet. All right, and this gives us a little piece of code here that we're going to have to install on our landing page. All right, so if you have a website, this code needs to go on every page of your website. If you have a landing page, this just goes in the head tag of your landing page. So let's copy that. We'll paste that into our landing page. And again, this goes in the head tag, and we'll just put it right below the global site tag. All right, so we're in the editing end of our landing page. We're going to come down to HTML. We're going to drop it right below global site tag. And that looks good to me. We're going to hit update, makes it live on the page, and that's it. So now we're telling Google we want them to swap this number out whenever someone lands on this from AdWords, all right, and track the phone calls back to the keyword. That's what we just did. So the next thing to do after we install the tag is just hit next. All right, and you're done. So step 2 is complete. We set up conversion tracking for our campaign that we're about to build. Next, we're going to go back into our campaign and we're going to build out our first ad group and set up all our settings and that stuff. So let's go back. All right, so now we're back into the campaign tab, campaign view of our account. We're going to hit this blue plus sign, new campaign. It's going to take us into their new fancy interface here. It's going to ask you which goal you'd like to make your campaign. Well, if we're a plumber, we want to generate leads. You can do website traffic, but we always do leads. And it tells you the different campaign types for leads here, but we're only going to do search. All right, so if you're doing a lead generation campaign, if you're looking for HVAC, plumbing, electrician, stuff like that, and you just want to do lead generation, this video is for you. This video is not for e-commerce and sales stuff, okay? So let's take our leads. We're going to do search. We're going to do website visits. And we're going to paste the URL of our plumbing landing page in here. Alright, we're going to hit continue. We're going to name the campaign. So we're going to be using Philadelphia for this. So let's do Philadelphia Plumbing Contractor. Philadelphia Plumbing Contractors. Alright, so the first column down is networks. We want to make sure, very, very important, turn off display network. Okay? It's going to show checked like this. Make sure you uncheck it, or else you're going to get crushed. Trust me. Alright, turn this off. We only are running search network and search partners. And we'll get into that in a later video, but search network's all we want to run. Location, we're going to choose Philadelphia, PA. You can see here it's already selected. Next is location options, very important. We want to only choose people in our targeted locations. Make sure that's chosen. Here's your language, whatever that is. Set your daily budget. Let's just say we're going to run $25 a day or something like that. Delivery method, we'll keep standard for right now. And here's where you're going to choose your bidding options. So Google's already suggesting that we run maximize conversions, which, we don't want to do that, so let's change that. For this example, we're just going to do manual CPC, so we'll set the bids ourselves. It's asking us if we want to let Google increase conversions with enhanced CPC. So basically what that means is if we check this box, Google's going to use its learning algorithms to, after the campaign has some data, some conversion data, to auto-enhance bids on keywords that Google thinks are going to drive more conversions. All right, so that can be a great strategy. I have a nice healthy mix of using it and not using it, so I'll let you guys decide if you want to use that. But for starting out a campaign, I usually don't turn it on. If we're just starting out, something I'll turn on after a couple weeks. But we'll leave it on for right now. Next up, start end dates. We don't want to end date. And here's where we're going to set up all of our ad extensions. But we're going to do that, and we're going to do that later. Actually, we're not going to do that right now. So we're just going to get right into the campaign first. So we're going to come down here to ad rotation. We want to make sure we're checked for optimize, prefer best performing ads. That means Google's going to auto optimize your ad copy. So for every ad group, we're going to have 3 or 4 ads. So we're telling Google, you figure out which ads are doing the best and only drive traffic to the ones that are performing the best. So we're going to let them figure that out. Ad schedule, really important. We want to set up an ad schedule for the days that your company's open or your client's company's open. So let's say this is 7 a.m. to 13 is 1. 17 is 5. So let's do that. So we're saying 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Campaign URL options, you don't need to do anything for that. Dynamic search ads, you don't need to do that. Stay away from that. So we have everything set up. Save and continue. All right, and now Google's asking us to create our first ad group. So you should always have a first ad group in mind before you start your campaign. So obviously if we're doing plumbers, I'm just going to do the most basic, which is plumbing contractor will be our first ad group. And we're going to take that and the keyword here, and we're going to do the keyword in exact match. and phrase match. Now, if you do not understand what keyword match types are, pause this video, go to our YouTube channel, and look up keyword match types, and I have a dozen videos on the different keyword match types. So pause this video, go open up another tab in YouTube, and go watch about keyword match types so you understand what I'm doing here. All right, and we're gonna set our default bid, and plumbing is usually like, come here, from like 13, 16 bucks. So let's do like 13.74 or some odd or some even random number like that. All right, we got that, and we're gonna hit save and continue. And now we're going to create our ads for this plumbing contractor ad group. So it's really important we understand that if our ad group theme is plumbing contractors, only ads about plumbing contractors are going to go in this ad group. Same with keywords. Only keywords that reference or are about plumbing contractors. All right. Oh, too long. You can put whatever you want here. Obviously, if you guys don't know how to set up ad copy, I'm just kind of burning through this for time's sake. Pause this video again, go back to our YouTube channel, and look up some videos on how to create ad copy for your ads. Important here, we want to put our keyword for the main ad group we're in right now. So the ad group we're in is plumbing contractors, so I'm going to actually put that keyword in the display path here. Just throws in a little extra relevance, and you can see we have it up in the headline 1 too. And then description, we'll just do something like it's too long. So let's just do Premiere. Obviously, guys, I'm not putting a lot of thought into my ad copy. You really want to do that, but I don't want to keep you here while I'm trying to think of ad copy and do research and stuff for an hour and a half. All right, so Premier Plumbing Contractor, call now to schedule your free estimate. Actually, you know what? I don't like that. All right, I like that better. And URL options, we don't need to do anything here. So we're going to hit done. We have one ad down. We're going to create another one. Remember, we're going to do 3 ads per ad group. I do like that though. Perfect. See how I worked the keyword in the description? Philadelphia's top plumbing contractor. Schedule your repair estimate today. Okay, that works. Done. And we'll do the last one here. We get our URL for our plumber, which is super clever, right? do a straight up call to action. Call a plumbing contractor. We're open. Get a free estimate. Nope. Get a free quote. Yep. To local plumbing contractor. Okay. So here's something I like to do too, is just throw some brackets in for like emphasis. Call a local plumber today to repair your plumbing issue. I know it's really not that clever, but gets the job done. Alright, and over here, I should have mentioned this, you can see what it looks like, your ad's going to look like on mobile and what it looks like on desktop. Alright, so the whole point, I'm just going to do a little brief thing here. I know I told you to pause this and go watch how to create ad copy, but the whole point of when you're creating your ad copy is you want to make sure that you stand out, because every single other competitor, I guess, is going to be just saying plumbing contractor, call today for free estimate, plumbing contractor, call today. So you kind of want to mix it up. So every ad you do, you can see here we have 3. You don't want to just use the same 3 ads for every ad group. You know what I mean? I mean the same ad copy in every ad group. You want 3 separate different ad copies to let Google split test everything and decide which one's converting the best. So when you optimize your ads later, you'll have a nice advantage. All right, so that's done. We created our campaign. Now we're gonna go on to step 3, which was step 4, which is multiplying our ad groups after we build this out. But we're gonna get right to that. So here's our, if we go back to all campaigns, you'll see here campaign. We have our plumbing contractor campaign, Philadelphia. Here it is, Philadelphia plumbing contractors. That's our campaign. We're obviously going to pause that because we're not really running a campaign right now. Go into our campaign. We have our first ad group. Well, we're supposed to have our first ad group, but now it's showing. Here we go. Hang in there with me, guys. I got to set this up again. All right, here it is. Okay, so we're in our campaign. We have our first ad group we just built with all our campaign settings set up, plumbing contractor. Now we have to finish building it out, and then we're going to find more ad groups to add in. So first things first, let's go into our campaign. You'll see here we have up in ads and extensions. Here's the 3 ads we created. So those are good. We're good with that. We don't need to create ads. All we need to do is add more keywords. All right. So we're going to go into we're going to go into how to find more keywords and how to find more ad groups. All right. So to do that, we're going to go into our keyword planner. All right. And remember, if you don't have it open, tools, keyword planner, open it in a separate tab. So this first ad group is plumbing contractor. We need plumbing contractor keywords. So we're going to come in here, find keywords. Plumbing contractor is the keyword. So first things first, we're going to find more keywords for this ad group. So here we're telling Google the theme that we're going after is plumbing contractor keywords. So first we're going to come over here to filter, keyword text, plumbing contractor. We want to make sure that these 2 words are in every keyword it's showing us. Next up, we're going to come down here and do 500 rows, so we're not looking at rows of 10. So it's giving us all the keywords available and their search volumes and their competition for that have plumbing contractor in them. All right, so licensed plumbing contractor. That's a great keyword. We're going to add that. So first, we're going to create the ad group in our Google spreadsheet. The campaign name is Philadelphia plumbing contractor. All right, so ad group 1, remember, we just created was plumbing contractor. So that's where we're going to drop all of our keywords underneath this ad group. Go back into keyword tool. We're going to take this one. That's a good one. Drop that under our ad group. Plumbing installation contractor. I like that. We'll take that. Drop that under our ad group. And you see what we're doing here? Every ad group has to be themed. So this first ad group, plumbing contractor, is themed to plumbing contractors. Every keyword is going to be about a plumbing contractor under it, okay? We're not going to have call a plumber in here. That wouldn't make sense. That's not themed to plumbing contractor. Really important to understand when you're building an AdWords campaign. New plumbing contractor, I don't like that. Emergency plumbing contractor, I do like that. Remember, we only want to go after high intent stuff. We don't want just random looky-loos. Naples plumbing contractor, we're not in Naples. Gas plumbing contractor, that would be its own ad group. Software, we don't want that. That's not high intent. Jobs, we definitely don't want that. Magazine, no. How to become, no. What is? Alright, so that looks like that's all we're going to get out of Google for this for right now, which is fine. So next we're going to do, we want to paste these keywords into our ad group. We're going to copy them. We're going to come over to our keyword wrapping tool. Remember, that's adwordswrapper.com. We're going to paste in here, hit wrap keywords, and we're going to add phrase and exact match only. Every campaign you start that you build should be phrase and exact match only. Again, if you listened to me before, you should have went and watch the keyword match types tutorial in our YouTube channel so you'll understand what I'm talking about. But every campaign you build in AdWords should start out with phrase and exact match. Then you could roll into modified, broad, and all that. Really important. So we're going to take our keywords, we're going to come into our ad group we built, the first ad group, hit the plus sign. We're going to paste the keywords, and we're going to save them. Alright, so that's it. Our first ad group is done. Now we're going to go find our second ad group. So if we go back out of the campaign, and at the ad group level, you'll see our first campaign is done. That's it. We got it. We're good to go. Now it's time to move on to step 4, which is multiplying the ad groups to build out your AdWords campaign. So to do that, we're going to go back into Keyword Planner. We're going to find a generic keyword for our niche, which is just plumber. And we're going to make sure we remove the filter. Alright, so now these are all the keywords available. So we're going to go find ad groups. So we already have plumbing contractors and ad group. We're going to take plumbing services. That will be another ad group. Then we'll take emergency plumber. That will be its own ad group. Remember, we're just going to have all the keywords underneath each of the ad groups. We themed to the ad group theme. Really important. Let's see, plumbing companies. That will be its own ad group. And we'll just do one more because I'm not going to build out a full giant campaign here because I don't want to waste your guys' time. Plumbers near me, always do near me keywords. They work really well. Alright, so you get the idea. You see what I'm doing here? I'm just going, I put in a generic niche keyword that we're going after that's in our space. And I'm looking at Google suggested keywords for that. And I'm combing through and I'm finding local plumbers, 24-hour plumber. These will all be more ad groups. I'm finding ad groups to find. Okay? That's what I'm doing. So you got to go through. It's a pain in the ass, I know, but you got to just comb through all these keywords and you got to find all the ad groups. I mean, you should have bare minimum 10 ad groups per campaign, but the more you have, the more coverage you're going to have and the more leads you're going to get. All right, so take the time, comb through this giant keyword list and start finding your ad groups. All right, so let's say we did all that, we combed through this giant list, and we have our ad groups here. So we have our first ad group we made the campaign with, plumbing contractor. Then we use the keyword tool, and we found plumbing services, emergency plumber, plumbing companies, and plumbers near me. All right, so let's say this is our campaign. That's all we want to do. Next, we're going to start building out our keywords underneath each one of these. All right, so to do that, we're going to take the theme of the next ad group, which is plumbing services. We're going to go into our keyword planner. We're going to remove the main keyword. We're going to paste this one in. And we're going to hit filter, keyword text, contains plumbing services, and look at all these keywords now for this ad group. Alright, so obviously we're going to take the main theme, which is plumbing services. We're going to drop that right here and just keep going down the list. Plumbing services near me. So this I would put in this ad group. I'm going to put plumbing services near me in this ad group versus plumbers near me, because I want to keep that very tight, just plumbers near me type stuff, not with services or repair or anything like that. Local plumbing services, that's total gold. Remember, we're only adding high intent keywords. We're not looking for plumbing service review type keywords or anything like that. That's commercial plumbing services, that would be another ad group. Residential plumbing services, I'll take that. You guys understand? You see what I'm doing here? A method to my madness. Home plumbing services. Alright, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to comb through. I'm going to build out my ad groups with their keywords. That's it. Professional plumbing services. Alright, so I'm actually going to pause this video, and I'm just going to go in and fill the rest of these out, because I don't want to sit here and watch you guys make me do all that. You know what I mean? I don't want you just to sit here and watch me do this for the next 20 minutes. So I'm going to pause this video, and then by the time we jump back in, I'll have all this done, and we can start expanding our campaign and building out these ad groups in Adwords. Alright guys, welcome back. So I went ahead during that brief pause and I found some keywords for each ad group we built out here. You can see we're only doing 5 ad groups for this campaign example that I'm building with you. You should have, dozens. Ideally, you want to have as many ad groups as possible, because think of it as like casting out. Each ad group is like a fishing net you're casting out. So each fishing net, you're going to grab more fish, and in our game, more fish is more leads. So that's what you want to do. So keep that in mind when you're building out your ad groups. I know it sucks doing all that research and going through all it, finding all these keywords and doing all that, but it'll pay off in the long run when you're generating new revenue and leads for your company or your clients' companies. Now, you can see here I fill out the keywords. Something to understand about this one here, you might see this SCAG is single keyword ad group. I'll touch on that briefly. Essentially what you're doing is taking a high intent keyword or a high search volume keyword, or even a keyword that you've known in the past from a previous campaign converts really well into leads, and breaking it off into its own ad group. So the only keyword we're running in that ad group is just this one keyword. That's it. All right, now if you want to learn more about SCAGs, go to my YouTube channel and just type in SCAG, and you should pull up some videos on where I talk about this. So check that out. Besides that, let's go in here. We got our first ad group we built, remember? So we got that right here. We're going to build our second ad group. So we're going to come back over to our Google Sheets. We're going to take our plumbing services ad group, which is ad group number 2. We're going to hit the blue plus sign. Ad group number 2, plumbing services. Our bid was $13.74. And we're going to paste our keywords for AdWords services in here. So to do that, we're going to copy the keywords, come over to AdWords wrapper. We'll paste in our keywords, hit wrap keywords. Come down here, we're only going to grab phrase and exact match. If you watched my keyword tutorial on match types, you'll understand why. So we start every campaign with phrase and exact match first before we expand it out. Paste those keywords in, save and continue. Now it's going to ask us to recreate our ads we already have. So ideally, we should have this written down in like a notepad or something, all of our ad copy for the campaign. Because remember, each ad we're going to have to change based on the ad group. So this ad group is about plumbing services. The first one was about plumbing contractors. Display path, we'll do plumbing services. There we go. That works. Plumbing services. Remember the new keyword for this ad group. The theme of the ad group is plumbing services, so we're working that in. Looks pretty good. Done. Now, I should have went over this when we've created our first ad group, but this is something more simple that you can do. So we have our first ad we created here. We can just hit this little copy button, and it automatically clones the first ad, and we can just edit it. It's just a lot easier to build out your ads faster. So plumbing services. See if Philadelphia fits. Just fits. Philadelphia Plumbing Services. We're open. Call for a quote. Let's change that up. Get a free quote. Plumbing services. I'll take that. Have a plumbing issue. Let's get rid of that. Clogs, leaks, burst pipes. We can fix anything. Call to schedule a free repair. It's not going to fit. Free estimate. Okay, that works. Done with that. We'll just do one more. We want to have 3 or 4 ads per ad group. Minimum 3. Local plumbing services. Call for a quote. Have a plumbing issue. Alright, so this one I'm only using services in the display path. I guess we'll see how that does. I kind of like that call to action. Need a plumber ASAP. We're open. Call for a quote. Wonder if I can call for a quote. I'll keep that. Alright, done. Save and continue. There we go. So we have our second ad group. Alright, I'm not really sure why this. I must have changed that during the break. Okay, so we have our second ad group, and that's how we're just going to do that. We're going to build out our ad groups, okay? So we're going to come back in, move on to the third one, and we're going to copy it and hit the plus and go ahead and build it out. So I'm going to skip ahead and just build out these ad groups real quick, just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me go through this over and over again. And then we'll move on to step 5, which is adding our negative keywords. Alright guys, we're back. I went ahead and just built out the rest of those ad groups that we had in our Google Sheet, so that's done. We no longer need these ad groups. But next, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to find and add negative keywords. Now, if you do not know what negative keywords are, then you should pause this video and go watch on my YouTube channel. Just search negative keywords. There's like a dozen tutorials on what negative keywords are and how they work. The gist I'll give you in this video right now is you're just telling Google like a negative keyword that you can add, like say jobs. All right, that's a negative keyword. That's common. We're telling Google if someone types in a search query in Google, even if it's a keyword we're targeting, like plumbing contractor jobs, if it has the word jobs in it, our ad, we're telling Google we do not want our ad to show for that. Okay. So negative keywords are just keywords that you're telling Google no matter what is searched, if the word jobs is in it, I don't want my ad to trigger for it. Okay? That's all it is. But if you want to go more in depth and learn about the different match types with them and more in depth how they work, just go search my channel and you'll see those. So first things first, we're going to come back to our AdWords campaign. Now we're going to find and build out a negative keyword list. Now how we do that is there's a lot of automated tools. I'm not a fan of them. Some people are. You can look for them if you want, negative keyword list builders, but I like to do it the old-fashioned way because that's what works, and it's just we crush our competition with negative keywords pretty much because this is how you're supposed to do it. So the first thing you have to do is come back into Keyword Planner, and we're going to type in the theme of our campaign, all right, which is plumbers or plumbing or whatever. You know, if you're a roofer, it's roofing. If you're electricians, electricians. And you're going to type that in. You're going to hit Get Results, and all we're going to do is comb through. These are all keywords that Google's suggesting are related to our theme plumbers, all right? We're going to comb through and look for keywords, words inside of these keywords that we do not want our ads to show for. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So maybe faucet repair. That's something that's like a really low tier job for plumbing. You can't really make that, it's like $50. So maybe we don't want our ads to show when the word faucet is typed in the search query. So that's something we might want to add as a negative keyword. Let's keep going. Nothing bad yet. Uh-oh, running out of battery. Drain jetting. Well, I think we'll keep that. So we're just scrolling through. We're just trying to find negative keywords. Tools. There's one. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. We're going to grab that. Tools. Now, I know this, you guys are probably thinking like, dude, this is like a huge pain in the ass. But honestly, this is the best way to find negative keywords, and your competition most likely is using one of the generic list building ones, and they're going to miss a ton of the shit that you're going to find, and they're going to waste money, and you're going to run a streamlined, better campaign. Just take my word for that. It's definitely going to happen if you do this right. Directory. Like, these are all keywords that Google thinks is relevant to plumbers, that your ads will show for if you don't negative them. Okay? So you kind of get how important that is, all right? So go through and build out your negative keyword list. Make sure they're as big as possible. I know it sucks, but make sure that you have the biggest negative keyword list that you can find. And then all you're going to do, once you have that list, we're going to come back into our AdWords campaign. We're going to come under Keywords tab here. Up here, we're going to move over to negative keywords. We're going to hit this little plus sign. We're going to make sure we're in the right campaign. We're going to copy our negative keyword list that we found and built. Come over here and just drop it in. Now, if you're interested in dropping it in the negative keywords with different match types on them, like I said, pause this video, go back to my YouTube channel and start researching negative keyword match types, and you can learn more about match types using negative keywords, but I'm not going to do that today. So this is it. Paste your negative keywords in, hit save, and that's it. You just added negative keywords to your AdWords campaign. Alright, so pretty simple. And the last step is ad extensions. I'm not going to go crazy in depth about what they are or how they work. I'm just going to show you how to set them up, okay? So give me 1 second here, and I'm gonna hop off and plug this computer in before it dies on us. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back to plug my computer in so it didn't die on us. So next up, last step, number 6, is setting up our ad extensions. Now, if you don't know what ad extensions are, pause this video, go to our YouTube channel, and search ad extensions and watch all the videos I have on ad extensions, and you'll get a better grip. Come back in and you'll understand more, okay? So first things first, we're logged back into our Philadelphia Plumbing Contractor campaign. We're on step 6, which is the final step of creating your AdWords campaign. We have our landing page. We did our conversion tracking. We set up our first campaign and built our first ad group. We found and built out more ad groups and multiplied our ad groups throughout the campaign. We added negative keywords, and now we're going to add ad extensions. So first things first, we're logged in. We got our, under the ad group tab here, we're going to come up here to ads and extensions. Go to extensions. And here's where you're going to see all your ad extensions, okay? So I'm not going to go through all of these and what each one is. If you want to see that stuff, you can go to our channel and watch that. But the main ad extensions that you always want to use in your AdWords campaigns is site link, call out, structured snippet, call, really important. You can do text message extension and accept text messages through AdWords. They don't really convert that well, so we don't really use it too much. Location extension, you should definitely be using, okay? 100%. It gets leads, so make sure you're using it. It's kind of a pain in the ass to set up because you have to set up Google My Business page and verify it and everything, but that's for another time. But those are the main ones you should be using, okay? So let's go in and do one at a time. Site link. You want to choose this campaign, not account level. We'll grab our URL. Now, a site link is just, it's basically you can put a call to action here with a text that takes you to different pages of your website or different landing pages if you're using multiple landing pages. It's really up to you, but for this example, we only have the one landing page, so we're just going to use this. And as of right now, today, August, what's the 2nd? August 2nd. You can use the same URL for all of your site links. I doubt that's going to stay a thing with AdWords, but it's right now you can. So site link is basically just call to actions to make your ads stand out more and take up more real estate and take users around your website to different pages. So for this, we'll just say something like read customer reviews. And then you want to come down here to advanced and you want to choose mobile. You might ask why. It's because extensions with a checked box for mobile are given preference on mobile devices, but are still eligible to show on computers and tablets. Okay? You can put an ad schedule for when you want your call extension to run. I don't. There's no point to do that, but hit save. So we have one. You want to have either 4 or 6 site links. We're going to add our second one, this campaign, URL. Let's do located in Philadelphia. So we're calling out the person's location because our ads are only showing in Philadelphia. Let's add our third one. Alright, so we got read customer reviews located in Philadelphia. Maybe you have some kind of special like $50 off drain repair. Who knows, you know, plumbers have all kinds of different specials. The more clever you get with these, the better off you're going to be. So make sure you take your time when you're creating them. I'm just showing you how to create them. And also, you can put description text here. I didn't even go over that, but it's really up to you. We usually don't, depending on the campaign, but you can, and it takes up even more real estate. So I'll show you in this example what that would look like. So you can see over here what our site links look like on our ad. They just be text like this. So we got read customer reviews located in Philadelphia, $50 off drain repair. Call for a free quote. That looks pretty good. Now if you want to do a description, I'll show what that look like on desktop. Get a quote over the phone today. So that's what it would look like if you're on desktop. I'm not going to run that though. Alright. So we got our 4. Looks pretty good. Save. And now if you have these for different links, they'll bounce around your website or to different landing pages depending on what you're doing. Next up, we do call out, which are just more call to actions to add. Maybe like 25 years experience, something like that. I'm going to make these mobile as well. The callouts display directly below your ad description, kind of like this, like little bullet points. You want to have 4 or 6 callouts as well. Alright, call out text, 25 years experience. What else can we do here? Licensed and certified. I'm just, I'm not really putting thought into this, guys. So I'm just kind of burning through it just to show you how to add them. Alright. So we got 25 years experience, licensed and certified. Call today. whatever, doesn't really matter. Alright, so that's what you do. You add your 4 callouts, then you move on to structured snippets. Same thing here, this campaign, create new, choose your language, and then your header type. So you can do brands, courses, degree programs. There's a bunch of different options here. Even the neighborhoods you're servicing, that's really cool for lead gen for like plumbers and electrician stuff. Your services, if you have different services, so you could do like drain repair, unclog pipes or whatever, sewer line repair, and then you just want to make this mobile as well so it shows on both, and that shows below the callouts. Right, so see what we're doing here, we're taking up so much real estate on top of Google's page. So we got our headline 1, headline 2, then we have our description down here, and then underneath the description we have our callout extensions. Underneath callout extensions we have our structured snippets, then we have our site links here. So we have a lot of stuff going on. And next is going to be setting up call extensions. Now this is important, okay? When you're setting up your call extension, the number, the forwarding number where the calls are going to go to has to be on your landing page or website somewhere, okay? Because Google is going to crawl and it's going to use their bots and it's going to crawl your website or landing page and make sure the number you're using here is on the page. If it's not on the page, it's going to disapprove it and not run, okay? Alright, so that's what this will look like on mobile too, which is pretty cool. It's a click to call actually. They'll be able to just click that and call you. And so it looks like on desktop. You want to make sure you have call reporting on. And this, remember we set up our ad extension call conversion in the beginning of the video? This is where that's going to come into play. So we're going to check this box. We're going to hit this drop down. And we're going to go plumber ad extension call because that's the ad extension conversion tracking that we set up. Device preference mobile. Save. And obviously it's not going to take 555, but let's just mess around with it. Just so you get an idea what's going on. There we go. Alright. So those are the main 4 right here that you should have on every single campaign. Alright, then you can either do message extension if you want. It's up to you. You can accept text messages. So this, it would look like this on your phone. Send us a text message for more information. I found they don't really convert that well, but it's totally up to you if you want to add them. And next is location extension. So you have to set up a Google My Business account, and you have to verify your business location, all that stuff. They send you a postcard, and you got to send back a code that's on the postcard, and then it verifies that you're a legitimate business with a legitimate address, and then you can run location in your ads. And this is pretty cool too, because it shows you can actually, it's another more real estate and it's another click to call, but it also runs your ads in on YouTube, in the map pack, and Gmail on Google. So when you Google like plumber in Philadelphia and you see the giant map with all the people listed underneath it, your actual location extension will show in there if you're running AdWords, which is really cool, and it generates a shitload of leads. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's why you should really try and set up every client with a Google My Business account. Alright, so that's it for creating your AdWords campaign. I mean, that's the gist. You know, I'm not crazy in depth in this YouTube video, but if you want to learn some really advanced tactics and stuff like that, we have a paid course called Google Ads Training Academy. If you want to check that out, it's totally up to you. I'll put a link in the description below this video. But if you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're going to be making a lot of these. I'm going to be building campaigns, full campaign builds like this, and pretty much every niche you can think of. So any comments, anything you want to see more of, or if you have a question, drop that in the comment section below this video. And like I said, check out the links in the description. I'll put some cool stuff in there for you guys, including a free guide we have to teach you how to optimize your AdWords campaigns once they're already running, because that's the most important part about AdWords, is not just building the campaigns, it's once they're running, how to keep them streamlined and generating leads and doing well for you and creating a positive return on investment. All right, most important part. So hopefully you guys dug this training. Keep an eye out. Make sure you subscribe. As I said, I'm going to be dropping more full trainings like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.